So I was part of the SPAC. We ran the SPAC in January of 21, and it took us almost a full year to get them public, to acquire them public. That just plays into the whole SEC. I don't even know what you want to call it. Pick your negative word and put it in there. It's just a crazy tangled web to get through the SEC, but we did it. Took us a year. Public December 27th. We recognized that there was a convergence of three markets, right? There's the payment opportunity, there's the payment card market, which is growing massively fast in a global scale, right? There's the crypto asset class, which is also growing massively fast. And then there's the authentication, right? Let's get passwordless. There's a strong desire to get passwordless in the world, right? So, I can have any hack that I want happen in the world. I could steal passwords. I can, SIM swap. And once I SIM swap, I can use, if I'm the hacker, I can use my own fingerprint to get a, facial or biometric authentication into your SIM card. So really there's a lot of ways. One thing I can't hack, to Kevin's point again, is something physical, something I have. So really to get passwordless, you want to be something that you are, something that you know, and something that you have. A three-factor authentication, really we haven't seen that fall down in today's terms. So in today's security terms. So that's really what Arculus is taking advantage of the convergence of these three markets. And the parent company to Arculus is actually called Compost Secure. Now we acquired them both and took them both public. But we made Arculus a subsidiary. So Arculus is a wholly owned subsidiary of Compost Secure. Compost Secure has been around for 20-something years. They're a large company already. They manufacture almost all metal credit cards that you know right now. So, even above and beyond these ones, which I know we all know these, but all the metal credit cards that American Express makes, you name it, as far as the popular ones, they already make them. For us now, this is a question of upgrading those cards to also be cold storage and or an authentication play. Right. The markets we're taking advantage of, which right now we have 4 out of these 5. We're moving into the 5th. Obviously, the domestic card, that's been the historical growth. We have the cryptocurrency, which was a huge success, especially over the last 2 months. It's just absolutely boomed. We announced our NFT storage and viewer. From a gaming perspective, we are hosting custom blockchains and custom tokens and able to distribute NFTs in games the other way around, having games be able to distribute NFTs and tokens within the game and store them securely in an offline manner. And then obviously we have digital authentication. The warranty insurance is coming soon. So right now, these are the combinations of what we offer. We can do a payment card alone. We can do crypto NFT code storage alone, or you can do payment card and digital auth, or you could do crypto NFT and digital auth. Combining all 3 of them is another option, but not in the next 6 months. That's probably going to be early Q1 of 23. The NFT Viewer that we just announced, just because I think most people have, most people in the crypto community have seen our wallet or played with our wallet. But having just released the NFT, not a lot of people have seen that. So I just wanted to put a couple snapshots of that up here. This is pretty much how it's functioning. I've become a huge I've moved all my NFT. I love it, actually. I genuinely think it's the best way to store my NFTs. It's a simple biometric or in a tap, and I could show off all my NFTs while keeping them cold. It's pretty cool. It might take me 5 to 10 minutes, depending on where I store my ledger, to get into a ledger to show off an NFT. It's just cumbersome. This is, I whip out my wallet, I tap it to my phone. I mean, I'm in, and Mariana, you can vouch for me, I'm in my wallet in 20 seconds, if that, and showing off my NFTs. So it's pretty efficient from that perspective. And the last thing I'll mention with Arculus is under the hood, and this is really for the companies that white label us, the banks, the exchanges, the Nexoses. when they want to issue a metal card. So we can also link via KYC. We go through a partner for this. This isn't our own IP, but we have the ability to implement full KYC all the way from live to live ID to rechecking KYC along the way. So and it gets there's a lot of big companies right now. There's well, still single digits, but high single digits, where, you know, I think I want to say we know them all, just about we know them all. And think about like field technicians. You want to go out and, you know, you want to log into a very secure edge device. Well, I start typing my password, and then I log in, and instead of actually letting me in when I enter my password, my phone wakes up and says, okay, great, you've entered your password, you've entered your credentials. Now, can you also tap the card to your phone? Boom, and you're in. It's that last line of defense. That's something that you have factor of authentication that we can combine with online KYC. From a use case perspective, these are the use cases that have proven to be extremely well enforced by Arculus. So we've kind of touched on them all, I want to say, maybe except for number 2. I actually really like this one. We're not there yet, but we're well down this road with the actual players, the MasterCard, Visa, American Expresses. We have in-depth, long-term relationships with them anyway, but we're well down this path. What it means is really the ability to, you know, go online and purchase something, which is deemed the most riskiest type of transaction. An online transaction is the highest risk from all of the transactions. We can make that be that as you enter purchase online, your phone wakes up and says, hey, is this really you? Can you tap your card to make sure? Tap, and yes, you've authenticated, and then the transaction goes through. Today, you have an 8-second timeout, and it takes a little bit too long to do that. But all of the card processors realize the value in getting this to work. So we are working with them to make this work. So authentication, cold storage crypto, cold storage, NFT for access. That's another big one that we're working on with many different partners. You know, NFT gets you into a concert. Your phone is dead and you were using that before, you can't get in now. Or your phone is too cracked. We hear a lot of NFT event ticketing agencies who say, you know, there's just too many cracked phones that won't scan the UPC. So this is really simple. You're going to take your Arculus card or your rebranded Arculus card, we rebrand it to whatever the event is, and you just tap. It never runs out of power. It doesn't have to be recharged. It's not Bluetooth. So, you know, those are the strong use cases. And this is just going back over KYC. I already mentioned it, so I don't want to beat it to death, but we can get into very strong KYC processes, document processing, live ID. We can go as far as like cross-referencing phone records, phone data, make sure you are really who you say you are. And that's that.